Yesterday, I basically went through and deleted pretty much all of my lists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Started again after the update.
I just update one of the list that's already on there.
Yeah.
Normally.
Oh. Well, I there was a bunch of them that were just not quite right anymore, so I just got rid of them. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon for another Liam and Beautiful Joe show. You are a beautiful Joe.
I'll try.
We're here to talk to you wonderful human beings about yet more Warhammer 40k type stuff. Whilst we maybe build some models, Joe's got himself a Repulsor Executioner. I've got myself a Custodian Dreadnought, because that's what you lot mostly voted for yesterday evening. It was Blood Angels and Custodian Dreadnoughts were the options. And the Custodian Dreadnought got slightly more votes. That being said, also what happened this morning was I started list building again on the app. We'll get into that in just a second. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons for us. Hit the like button. 150 people watching, 30 likes. Fifth of you. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Smash subscribe so you can hang out in the chat and talk and chat nonsense and what have you. And hit that bell notification icon so you'll be notified when we go live in the future. Also, you can become a member of the channel, which supports me and Joe, and is what keeps food on the table, clothes on our backs, and a roof over our heads. So thank you so much to all those people that are members, and to all those people that are gift members. You can become a member yourself if you want to keep supporting us. You can also gift members to the channel. It's super important. It's 87% of our revenue is made off of memberships and gifted memberships. If you've got things you want to say throughout the show, you can also send what YouTube calls a super chat. So stick something on a postcard, send it in. We will talk about it. We will definitely read every single one out. We do. If you give 5 or more members, Jay gives you a wonderful hope that's 97% guaranteed to come true. And super chats can be anything from, I love this thing, I've started writing this list, what do we think of this? Or actually, I quite like having Marmite and jam in a sandwich. That could be a thing that you might super chat.
No.
It could be. You're wrong, but you could be. You can send us anything. Stupid jokes, the lot. We're here for it. Today I wanted to talk about list building a little bit. Now, it seems weird, right? Because it's kind of similar to yesterday's topic, sort of, and maybe kind of similar to Tuesday's Liam and Joe show topic. But actually, we got told about points and stuff on Tuesday. We then got the update yesterday, which I thought was great. There's been a further app update, by the way. I don't know if you guys have seen, but there was a load of people reporting issues and nonsense on the app, things that were breaking and stuff like that. I didn't have any of those experiences, but a load of people said they had lots of problems with app breakages and crashes. There was another update today, so I can only assume that update was to get rid of a lot of these issues and crashes and make it a little bit more stable. So if you haven't already, check in case there's an update on yours due that you haven't yet done today. But since that came out yesterday, since that update happened, I could barely hear you over Joe crunching the box. Well, crunching a box is a nice sound, right?
Apparently.
Yeah. What's interesting for me personally is what's happened since that has come out, that update's come out, and the update on the app has happened, is I've started doing something that I haven't done for a good maybe edition or two. And I've started actually just enjoying sitting there. Like Paddy and I been messaging each other most of the morning and yesterday about different lists for Blood Angels and Custodians and stuff.
I don't think Paddy actually achieved any work yesterday. He was fucking I love Paddy, but bombarding me. I am trying to work.
Yeah.
And he's just like all the time.
I was fully into it, mate. I was fully into the list building thing.
Yeah. But like it was nice in a way, because like I was getting messages from people that have been out of the hobby for a while, and they were just writing lists, and they're like, oh, you could do this and you could do this. So like it's really affecting a lot of people positively, which is nice.
Yeah, I am loving theory crafting again because there's a lot of different things to think about now, and there's so many things that there's lots of little things that I didn't think would impact my list building, which is impacting my list building. The changes to primary and the fact that you have to pick a disposition, which then gives you access to primary, makes you really think about what detachment you want to take or what detachments you want to soup together. It also makes you think about what units you want to then include in that detachment to make sure you can achieve your disruption or whatever it is that you might want to do. And then there's the tax for 2+ and 3+ stuff that happens on occasion. And that makes you think, like, do I really want to pay that extra points for the 3rd unit of assault intercessors? I'm not sure if I do.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking brilliant. Obviously, secondaries have changed quite significantly. The way the table works have changed quite significantly. Your home objective is typically less important than it was before. There's lots of little tweaks and
But
changes.
it's less important for you. It's important for your
yeah,
opponent.
so which
It's
means
not-
arguably it is important for you because you have to protect it from your opponent, but
Yeah.
you don't have to sit on it necessarily.
No.
You just have to kill everything that's able to get near it. I just think there's so many little nuanced changes that and some of it we still aren't going to see change, like actual impacts on for quite a while. Like, for example, the changes to cover, and the way that cover now works with the -1, I think is also going to have a huge impact on how people build their lists and what weapons and guns they're prepared to take. And people are looking at things going, that's all right, but if I shoot at something in cover, it's now hitting on 5s and suddenly it's a bit shit. So I don't know if I want to take that.
Yeah.
Or is there a way in which I can buff? I just think it's made, and maybe it's a new edition thing, I think it's made a massive difference. I'm really enjoying list crafting. I'm really enjoying going, well, that one pairs with that detachment, and that works, that synergizes quite well with that one. And I get access to these strats and I can use, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely brilliant. And now I've written out a custodians list, which is just stuff that I own. Which is amazing, and I have written out a Blood Angels list, which is mostly just stuff that I own, and I've got a Emperor's Children list, which is mostly stuff that is already here in the studio. In fact, I think it's all stuff that's already here in the studio.
Yeah, one of my favourite things about it is that it's kind of twofold in the sense that A is that you have different points for different chapters now.
Oh, yes.
Which I think which is what we've been calling for.
Yeah.
Which is most important. And the other one is different disposition points for different chapters as well. So Stormlance for normal Space Marines and Dark Angels is 3 DP, and for Blood Angels it's 2.
Is it? I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, so it's based on the fact that obviously Stormlance, when you think like White Scars and Dark Angels, like their makeup is mostly based around like bikes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
For Stormlance, and they have access to the speeders. So if they had access to Stormlance and the speeder detachment, it'd be a bit too much. Whereas Blood Angels, you don't really use many bikes or transports.
No. And you have access to less of them.
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't know there was different disposition points for different factions as well.
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant. Yet more brilliance.
Yeah. And that's a really good way of balancing things as well.
Do you think, this is very early to say this is very, very early to say this, but do you think this could be the best fucking edition of Warhammer that's ever existed?
I've been saying that for a little while. That it's like I feel like this has the potential to be the best there ever was.
Yeah, I've been holding off sort of thinking it or saying it because we haven't had all of the information. We haven't had the points until yesterday. You know, we've slowly but surely been given the dispositions and what have you. The app update, I think, I've actually seen people. There was people literally in my chat last night, Joe, saying they've now ditched New Recruit for the app and taken out a Warhammer Plus subscription because it's just so good compared to anything else that exists.
Well, that's what you want. Oh my god!
And I'm inclined to agree. I think it's fucking incredible, and I'm loving list theorying at the moment. I'm having a great time with it. Although I'm struggling a little bit with my Blood Angels, but it's a good struggle. It's like do I take that out and put that in, or how do I make that fit, and what have you? Struggling a little bit with Blood Angels, and I didn't realise how much of an impact like third unit tax would have on me.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't want to pay those extra 15 points.
No.
So that's working, clearly, probably as intended, I'd assume. I don't really want to pay those extra 13 points for the same fucking unit.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll take a different unit. I love it. I think it's fucking incredible. I've got a lovely custodians list that I'm working on, which is all...
I think some units you probably pay the tax on, because like some stuff actually went down in points, and then the multiples, like some people are like, the Rogel Dawn's gone up like 20 points when you take the third one. But realistically, you got to think the Rogel Dawn just gone up 7 points in model.
That's a way of looking at it, yeah?
Yeah. God, this
Just fucking...
my glue. I was trying to avoid the burning of it, but
Just burn your tip off.
the GW glue is normally the best one I've found.
Well, there goes it.
Like, I've never really had a problem with the GW glues. It's always the Airfixy ones. The Humbrol. See what we can melt with that. But yeah, I've never had a problem. So, yeah, it was really nice writing lists and stuff. And I think...
Do you think this edition is going to be the edition that they finally come away from? You have to buy a codex to get access to the code, to get access to the rules in the app? Or do you think that's going to remain for this edition? Genuine question.
I think so.
Well, they'll get rid of it or they'll keep it?
I think that I think the option to have a printed codex will remain, but I think we might go into a position where you can just buy the code. I think Games Workshop has listened so much to the community, because they did say that even Legends is coming to the app, right?
They did, yeah. When every codex drops, Legends will drop with it.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal.
When every codex has dropped.
So when the codex drops for that faction,
Yeah.
Legends for that faction will be added to the app.
Oh, amazing. It's a bit sad if you're like the one that's coming in 2 years' time, but it's something. I think so. I think they've taken on so much. Like, I have heard very little complaining about it, and the stuff I've heard complaining about is like, I don't know what you're upset about, kind of thing. Someone's like, oh, the Death Guard, they've completely cocked it up. And I was like, well, they haven't. And they're like, oh, this app is broken. I'm like, oh, you're not pressing the right buttons. You know, I can understand there were people that were like, it had a crash loop, but they fixed it already.
Yeah, the crash loop's interesting as well, because the crash loop came from attaching a character to a unit and then deleting the character before unattaching it from the unit.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I assume you should be able to do, of course. But I was like, okay, that crash loop is a problem. Of course it is, but just deattach the character first and then you don't have a problem.
Yeah.
So if you're going to keep doing the thing that causes the crash,
then stop doing it.
You're going to keep getting a crash.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
it's not like it's like, oh, it really hurts when I do this. We'll just stop doing it. You know?
One thing is I want to try out with you. I don't know if you did it. Did you use the command bunker thing yesterday? Not the command bunker thing. The score tracking yesterday when you played.
Oh, I didn't get to play him. He didn't turn up.
Oh,
What a boob.
what, you took all that stuff home?
I took all my Tyranids home. Every single Tyranid I own, I took home.
He never showed.
And he never showed up.
Wow.
To be fair, his partner was ill, so he had to look after her, the dog, or the child. But no excuse. No excuse. He has an excuse, but it's no excuse.
That's not an excuse.
So we've rescheduled for next Wednesday. But I hope to get some games in on Saturday. But the people that did use it, that were playing around with the command bunker thing, was great. I do see people go, oh, I don't like it because you have to buy the codex. And I'm like,
Yeah, I get it.
and
You've always had to buy the codex.
you've always had to buy the codex. 10 whole editions, you've had to buy the rules for your army. Games Workshop aren't giving it away for free, you know? And why should they?
This is why I asked you whether you think they would actually change to digital rules again in the future, like digital only rules. And I say again because they have sort of done it before.
Yeah.
When they had the old Apple Books stuff that they used to do.
Yeah.
So it's not beyond their scope, because they have done it.
Yeah.
You could buy iBook versions and stuff like that in the past.
Yeah.
And ebook versions in the past.
I think we could see just digital only, and they just charge you 10, 15 quid a book, right? And they just send you the code and you upload the code to your account. Given what the changes to the app, I don't see it being out of the scope of possibility.
No, I agree.
And I think they'd be a smart move. I want to be able to buy the codex as well, because I just prefer having the physical thing in the early days.
I like having the physical thing for my armies, all of them, all the time.
Yeah.
I love having the codex personally, but I also think that I would like the option to buy the codes for the armies I don't play, so I can have access to. And that's where I sit, right? I'm like, you want to charge me 30 quid for a codex? Fucking go for it. I'm okay with it if it's Eldar or Blood Angels or Custodes or the factions that I'm looking to play in the edition. But what I do want to do is I do want to be able to see, especially if I'm going to be a regular tournament goer, I want regular access to other people's rules, not just when I'm playing them.
Yeah.
All the time.
But you might play against an army and be like, oh, that's quite interesting. I want more of these rules. And then you could buy them.
I'm not keen on buying the old out-of-date AdMech codex at the moment. I really hope I can purchase them for a few quid in the app. I'd gladly buy a new up-to-date book, though. They are high quality. That's interesting, isn't it? And this is the problem. This is the problem with the edition change and where we're at. And this is the bigger problem is with the lack of roadmap that they just don't give us, and they never give us.
Yeah.
Because we're in a place where now where. Okay, it's based on those bits. We're in a place now where people don't know when their codex is coming. So we know that the first codex will be Orc, Space Marines. I think they said Custodians and another one. I can't remember what the other one is.
I think Orc, Space Marines,
Custodians.
Tau.
Tau.
I think it's Tau. I feel are probably most in the need of a rework based on the edition.
So they're the ones we know are coming, or we think we know are coming. And for the most part, those people are quite comfortable with, let's not buy the codex because we'll be waiting a couple of months and we'll probably get an update. For everybody else, though, especially if you think about the release rate, for when was the last codex that got dropped for 10th?
It was Drakari.
Was it? That was what, 4 months ago, 5 months ago?
Yeah, it was
maybe longer?
Yeah, about
before Christmas?
5-6 months ago, yeah.
Before Christmas.
I feel like Drakari was pre-Christmas, but the
point remains, though, that you might go, I'm not going to buy the old book because I don't know if it'll be relevant. I don't know how long it's going to be relevant for. And then GW could go, you're going to get yours in the latter parts of 2028.
What I'd like to see, I don't know if we will get it again, is that in 8th edition, they shotgunned every codex out in a year. In a year's time. That you were having like double codex releases on the same weekend, right? And I think if you can get all the armies out relatively quickly, you can then work on spending 2 years and creating an incredibly well-balanced game.
Yeah, you can.
Whereas if you spread out the codex releases over a year, 2.5 years, you're constantly having to rebalance for everything that comes out.
But, dare I say this, that's arguably good for them for business.
Oh, business is much better for them.
Because one, spreading armies out over a long period of time means more people are likely to buy into more than one army.
Yeah.
Secondly, constant balance sounds like a bad thing to some degree. But then constant balancing means constant meta shifting, and constant meta shifting means constant more model buying. So I get what you're saying, and in a perfect world for us consumers and players, that's what you'd want. Get everything out straight away, and then just balance the game. And then eventually it gets to the point where you get to leave it alone.
Yeah,
but they're going to not want to leave it alone.
There's always that kind of feel bad feeling as well, for the one that comes last. You know,
there is, yeah. I mean, it wasn't so bad this time. Like Drakari came last, October. Was it someone said October, 11th of October, right? So Drakari came out in October, which means they got a good 8 months at least before the edition drops.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I remember it was like World Eaters or whatever it was, or World Eaters and Guard, and then 2 months later, by the way, new edition.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
To be fair,
shit.
to be fair though to Drakari, it's not been a great 8 months.
No.
They've argued. I would say arguably Drakari have been worse off over the 8 months.
Yeah, they didn't do great in 10th, did they? Let's be honest.
No.
Although interestingly, I think their playstyle, especially the sort of units you like,
I think if Drakari recon, like, you should do what you want. Ultimately, it's not an interactive game, but I think Drakaya Recon's very strong.
Yeah.
And Eldar Recon's very strong as well.
I was talking to Paddy yesterday about Eldar Recon. Before we carry on, I do want a big shout out right now. Obviously, everybody who gifts and super chats is amazing. We love you, and we will get to all of you people. So like I said, stick your comments, questions, jokes, favourite TV shows on postcards, and we will get to every single one. But I do want to say a massive shout out to Rossonero.
Who's
just gifted 50 members, Joe.
The human equivalent of the Canyonero.
I think he's pushing for
Canyonero.
Toby the Frog Prince.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what he said. I'm sure I saw him say that. I'm sure he said Toby the Frog Prince. So a massive 50% is amazing. 50%, 50 members is amazing, which puts us on 62 members, which is insane.
62.
So thank you so much. Have you got a hope for Mr. Rossonero?
I hope, Mr. Rossonero, that this weekend your family leaves and you can have all of your friends over for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday Warhammer 11th edition sleepover.
A lot of the times it's about the family leaving, Joe.
They get in the way, right? Because they're going to ask you to do stuff, and you still have to look after them. You still have to cook for them. If they're not there, you don't have to like waste your time on them, you know, because it's more time that can be used for playing the Warhams.
Waste your time on them.
Yeah.
What a lovely thing to say on the internet, immortalised forevermore.
I know. But Warhams is important.
Yeah,
you know, it's my week. You spend 365 days dedicating your time to your family, you know. Why you should kind of be like have, a couple of days for yourself. Where you're in the boys, pajama party, 3 days, do the Warhams, eat pizza.
Okay, it does sound pretty good.
Mm.
It does sound pretty good.
A great weekend.
So how come the repulsor?
Hmm?
How come you're building the repulsor? What's it for?
This is my Ultramarines.
For your Ultramarines?
Yeah. So I bought this like a month ago, 2 months ago. So I basically bought everything for my Ultramarines like 2 months ago, and I'm kind of just finally working on them now. At the time it was double repulsor executioner, and I was like, no. Mainly because I had 2 repulsor executioners, and then I gave them to Paddy. And I was like, I forget what. So I've got a repulsor and a repulsor executioner. Saves on that double tax now.
Is the execution double tax? Is it?
I'm pretty sure the execution is double taxed. Let's type in data sheet. Oh, fuck.
Afternoon, Liam and Joe got an order through the post from Hobby House and a lovely thank you letter, and informed it was packed by Liam. Have you cloned yourself, Liam? Busy man. No, that was me. If it's got the big swirly L, that's me. That's packed that.
Yeah. So the third repulsor is 20 points more. The repulsor is 240 points, but for Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Death Watch, and Space Wolves, it's 230.
I love
the Black Templar one is 240. The Black Templar one is the most expensive repulsor.
Yeah, because it gets the multi-melter as well, right?
It gets the multi-melter, plus it's got 4 rerolls to hit all the time.
I'm so happy that they've got different chapter points values. I'm so happy they've done that. It's such a good move.
And I like the idea that I went repulsor rolls to executioner for the fact that the repulsor rules currently are if you charge a unit that's near them, they can just reactive move into it.
Yeah. And
then obviously Victrix have the reactive move built into them, kind of thing, so they can reactive move into the repulsor executioner. So when everyone comes near you, just go and hide in your tank like a turtle. Just turtle up. But if I'm going to try and I think I might get a Lancer turret and put that and have that spare to go on top of my other repulsor, just in case the double Repex is still a good choice. But the interesting fact is whether what I find odd about the Repulsor Executioner is that it's not more points to have the plasma cannon over the big gun, which I do find odd.
I thought it was different.
No, it's just the vehicle cost is different.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I did think that the plasma would be cheaper because you never see it.
No, I think the plasma is very good though. In Dark Angels, I think it's very, very good. But also, the future of the Land Raider is unknown.
There's that as well, yeah.
I really want I want a Redeemer for the Ultramarines anyway, because I think it's cool when it fits the Tyrannic War Veterans vibe.
I was going to get you a Land Raider-based present for your Ultramarines. Did you know?
I did not know that.
No, I was going to get you a Land Raider-based present for your Ultramarines.
You was, so that means you're not.
Well, I haven't had the chance to go to Warhammer World yet.
Oh, that's fair. And I think, I reckon the Land Raider will survive. I don't see it going away. I feel like it's too iconic. If it changes, it'll just get a new kit, I would imagine. But
What, the Land Raider?
yeah,
You don't think it'll go away?
I don't think it'll go away. Because was it this year they had is it 25 years of Land Raider of this current Land Raider kit?
The Land Raider is so iconic. I think, do I care about tactical Marines and Devastators? Personally, not really.
No.
But do I care about Land Raiders and to some degree even things like Predators and Demolishers, not Demolishers, Vindicators? Yeah, I do. They're so iconically Warhammer. I think I'd be really sad if they got rid of them. Like, really sad if they got rid of them. I think they have to keep them, but sometimes I'm like, am I in the... I mean, there's no point asking you because you're such a fucking Land Raider whore. But is it just Land Raiders for you, or would you say it was also things like Predators and Vindicators and what have you, or is it just Land Raiders?
See, I think all Predators, I think all Space Marine tanks are iconic, right? Because they're such a unique kind of like silhouette. Obviously, rules-wise, the loyalist varieties have kind of gone out of like popularity. They've kind of slipped to the wayside, but the Chaos version is still very, very popular. Also, but the Land Raider has stayed. The 8th, 9th, 10th edition, when all the new tanks and stuff were coming out, the Land Raider has still stayed a incredibly popular choice.
It's just so iconically fucking Warhammer 40k. I think it'd be sad. But I'm a person who... I love the Repulsor. I love the Repulsor Execution. I think they look cool as shit. I love the Gladiators. I think they're amazing. I love those hover tanks. But I think the old tanks, the old Space Marine tanks, are so iconically Warhammer. I'd be sad if they went. A kit update I'm okay with, but then I'm still a person who's a little bit sad. The other month, it was a while ago now. It was pre-Christmas. I was building my my plastic Bjorn.
Yeah.
For Space Wolves, who's obviously an old box thread.
Yeah.
I just got a little bit sad that the old box threads were gone.
Yeah, I would love to see because Games Workshop has realised that we're all old and we miss the things that were, and I think that they are kind of on a bit of a nostalgia hype. That's why I don't think the Land Raider will go. I think it's too popular. And Games Workshop knows it, but also I think we'll start to see the box, a new version of the box Dreadnought come back.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Do you not think the Ballistus was the attempt to kind of hit that nostalgia vibe, but whilst it was redemptor-sized? Because it's very old box knot, isn't it?
Yeah,
cannons and missiles.
Yeah, I think the problem is that it's still like a. The good thing about the old box Dreadnought was that it could be las cannon, missile launcher, fist missile launcher, fist, lascar. It could be so many different weapon options. And then you had like the Furioso, which like the Blood Angels were the only ones with the double fist version, but now everyone has it. Like I think
those were the days.
By spreading them out, you do have access to more dreadnoughts, which is fine, but also it kind of feels less special, less of like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, you have to make less choices as well.
Yeah.
Because if you wanted to put 4 dreadnoughts in, 2 melee, 2 range, you now can just do that.
Yeah.
So there's less choice to make, and that I don't like less choice. I like less choice to make because it's just got more available to you.
Yeah.
I like having to make choices and go, I do want these gun ones, but actually these melee ones, and I can't have all of them.
Because at home, I have the Forge World Ultramarine box dreadnought.
Yeah.
And it's the Tyrannic War, but I haven't built it yet because it's so. I don't know if it's staying, and also it's so small.
It is pretty small.
It's laughably tiny, and what I'd like to see is just a new version.
Could you not put it on the base size? It's the same as Gulliman and use his data sheet.
Maybe
Gulliman is a fucking dreadnought.
Yeah, I think.
It.
But like,
that'd be super cool.
I think if I had a Dremel, I could probably take the fascia off and take the knee pads off and put them onto like a Brutalis or a Ballistus or Redemptor. But until the new Codex comes out, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, we're gonna jump into chat in a minute and see what you guys think. I have fucking adored this list building now. I think this is going to be. I used to be. So I'm a person. I don't know how many guys of you. How many of you guys who have done this in the past? I am a person. You're right. I don't know how many of you guys have done this in the past. I'd be curious and interested to know. But 6th and 7th edition specifically, a bit of 8th edition and probably a little bit 9th edition, I used to sit and spend fucking hours theory crafting lists and tweaking and changing and figuring out which units I wanted and increasing one model here and changing a weapon there and what have you. I used to really enjoy list tinkering to get to a point where you're as close to 2,000 points as you could possibly get, but happy with what you'd built as a list. And I felt like, honestly, in 10th edition, I just flat lost the love for doing that. Because it kind of was, here's the best units, 3 of each of them, in the list it goes, off you go. Make sure you've got some stuff to hold your home objective, make sure you've got some stuff to do secondaries. And I didn't really list craft anymore, I didn't really tweak and change, and now I feel that's back. I do, with the dispositions, with the taxes for additional units, I think that's back now. And also, even with some things as simple as having to attach like leaders to units, actually is making a difference.
Whereas the fact that support characters have to be in a unit now.
Yeah, and other leaders, if you attach them, have to be attached before you go to the event. So, like, I had a list. I had a list built for a while on here, which was Emperor's Children. And in my list for Emperor's Children, it was very similar to what I ran on. In fact, it was almost exactly the same, if not the same as what I ran on what's it called last week? So I've got Fulgrim in it with some Lord Exalted, some Lord Cacophonus, Lucius, Infractors, Tormentors, the normal stuff, right? But in the other data sheets, I've got 2 units of 6 Flawless Blades and 1 unit of 3 Flawless Blades.
Yeah.
And I had the 1 unit of 3 Flawless Blades because I was like, well, when I deploy, I can go, looking at my opponent, Lucius is going to run Lone Op, or looking at my opponent, Lucius is going to go in Flawless Blades, right? And now, that's not something I can do. I have to decide before I go to the event. Yeah. But I love that. I think that's fucking great. Absolutely great.
I think now fight for did Lucius come down in points?
I haven't got a fucking clue.
Because now fight first is much worse. I think Lucius goes in a unit.
Why?
Because before, if someone charged him, he would just fight first into them and kill them.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know why I would put him in a unit now? Do you know why I would do it, Joe?
Why is that?
Because I'm taking Peerless Bladesman and the new Flawless Blades attachment.
Yeah.
The Flawless Blades attachment gives the unit fights first. So you can put him in his unit now, and they've still got fights first.
Yeah, but I mean, is that like he's more vulnerable in the new edition when he's on his own.
Yeah, well, so I liked him on his own before because he got fights first, but now with the new Flawless Blades attachment, they get fight. If he joins that unit, he gets fights first anyway.
I just give him +2 move, so they move 10.
So yeah, I'm inclined to agree now, but
But I think that's the cool thing, and like because of the rules changes and stuff, like people have got to learn to use their armies differently, and they've got to learn to just use their like units differently as well, like Lucius have to be used very differently.
I just want to do so much hobbying now.
Yeah,
I want to do so much hobbying. I wrote a custodies list, which is fucking amazing. It might not be. It might be shit, but it's shield host with the new dreadnought detachment, and I've got 2 Contemptor Glatis, 2 Contemptor Killers, and a Telemon all in one list, Joe. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
I'm really looking forward to it. I've written a few different Tyranid lists, but I've kind of settled on Vanguard Invader now.
Have you?
As the one to go for.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a 3DP one, is it?
2.
So what you're pairing with it?
Probably the Lictor detachment.
Lictor?
Yeah. I think the Norn list is good. It's incredibly survivable, but Norn's damage output is
a bit pathetic.
Is a bit poo. And like the Vanguard Invader is just better when you can just stand on one side of a terrain and not in it, and then just advance and charge through it and kill people. Will we see the return of... probably not. I just find Votann incredibly boring. And I'm sorry to say that, but they're just not a play style I enjoy.
No one seems to enjoy watching them really either. There's like a few like dedicated Votann fans, and for the most part, when we put them on the channel, the numbers just do worse.
I think that the problem with Votann is that they're a weird mix of like some of the best and worst aspects of some armies.
Okay.
So they're kind of like slow and defensive like Death Guard, but with oppressive output in shooting, but none of it's in an exciting way.
Okay.
Because their combat's not super awesome, so most of their output is done in shooting. So they just kind of like there's not much movement. They just kind of just sit there. They just spud around, which I do think is a shame. And I know a lot of people really enjoy playing that way, and I'm never going to stop them. But it's just not my way.
Easy Fred Durst.
I was surprised yesterday that the points for Zoanthropes never went up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure when you said you thought they were going to go up, but I also thought, well, there is a lot of boxes they tick. Psychic weapons, they fly.
We've got to think, right? Compared to all other units in the game, when they've got the Neuro Tyrant in the unit, they're still always hitting on 2s.
There was a rumour that the Neuro Tyrant couldn't lead anymore, though, right?
Well, it says it can lead them.
Well, there was a rumour out there. I'm not saying it was true.
Yeah. So what, chat? What's this rumour about the Neuro Tyrant not being?
We're on chat. By the way, we are on 75 members right now. You lot are amazing. Thank you so much. We're 25 members away from 100 members on the Liam and Joe show. I'm about to jump into the chat. There's not a lot of super chats to talk about.
Yeah. It says on their profile, Neurogaunt's Tyrant Guard Zoanthropes.
Okay. So the
one unit I do think has got better now.
Victory's Guard? Victory's on a guard?
I think the 20 points on the second unit is fine.
Yeah.
On Victrix, considering their output. No, one unit I think, let's call it a comeback. Hang on.
Let's call it a comeback.
Tyranids, Strike Force, Vanguard, Onslaught, and Where is it? Ambush predators. Ba-boom.
Ba-boom.
Great army.
Boom, 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 boom.
Other data sheets.
I want Joe in my room.
80 points for 12 toughness 7 wounds.
Okay.
In 3 models. 3 up save. It is the humble Hive Guard.
Oh, they're back. They're back, are they?
Hive Guard. Because both of their weapons in 10th edition, pretty poopy poo. One's an indirect weapon with AP, which is 4 shots indirect, strength 5, AP 1, damage 1.
Okay.
You know? So hits on 4s, your opponent still gets a save because they're in cover. Now, basically the same, but the AP1 means something. But their other one, the shock cannon, is AP1. So in 10th edition, poopy poo, right? But in 11th edition, AP1 means something now.
It does, yeah.
It does mean something.
AP1 makes a massive difference now.
24-inch range, hits on 2, 24-inch range, 2 shots, so it's 6 shots for the unit. Hits on 3s, strength 7, AP1, 3 damage.
Ooh.
Anti-vehicle 2+.
Oh,
Yeah. So now,
tasty.
not terrible. And
Okay. I see it.
yeah. And it's 80 points for a unit that could just sit on an objective and just, at toughness 7, just sit there tanking stuff as well, if they need to. I think they're not terrible now.
Have you got any?
I've got 3 at home. Well, no, I tell a lie. I've got 5. I can't remember where I got them, but they came as 5, which is an illegal unit.
Probably eBay.
So I need to get another box. What I need to do is get the combat patrol, the Tyranid one,
Okay.
because that gives me the extra 10 gene stealers I need, another pyrovore, and more tyrant guard.
Why do you need 10 more gene stealers?
Because that puts me on 30
Oh,
of the
right.
new ones.
Okay.
Because I've got 20 of the new ones. But
Liam, can you get me the Tyranid Combat Patrol?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
yeah, do it. Do it, bitch.
Oh my, some orange ones. Cool. Thank you, chat.
That's how we do it around here.
Should we do some hopes and stuff first? And if we get to 100, maybe I'll go and order you the Tyranid Combat Patrol box.
Yeah.
Yeah, more bugs for Joe. Well, let's do it. So thank you, Cornet Ed, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Mr. Cornet Ed. Oh, good. I hope that every time you go to work, you are met with a fresh tray of shortbread biscuits, like the Yorkshire ones that come in the fancy tin.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the Highland ones with like the tartan on it.
Well, he'll probably get the Highland Tartan ones. He lives in Scotland.
Yeah, the best ones.
The best ones.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cornet Ed, you're a legend. Thank you, Brandon Lagasse, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Brandon. I hope that. I hope that you create a social media video that goes viral, that you can then make loads of money from, like the Hawk 2 girl. But don't try and create your own currency and rip loads of people off afterwards. She dropped the ball on that one.
She did, yeah.
But the other stuff,
yeah, she went, yeah.
she's great.
We're on 80 now, team. We've got 20 to go. I work from home, though. All right, so Mrs. Cornet Ed has to bring you the box of whatever it was.
Yeah. Doesn't matter where you work. I hope that you just have the fucking...
David Needham and Cry Kinesi, thank you for the 1 gifted each. Warren, thank you for becoming a Hesea tier member, you fucking hero. Love you. Thank you, Adeptus Mechanic, for the $5. He says, Paddy doesn't work anyway. Doesn't he get called sir for a living? Correct on both fronts. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Ben, for the $5. Gotta say, it's so nice to hear positive opinions about the new app and rules. so much negativity from so many other sources. I'm well happy with it. Is there?
Yeah.
Is there actually lots of negativity about it?
Yeah.
What are they saying? So we've always said, for the most part, throughout 10th edition, you and I have always said it's the best app. It's the best list building app.
Yeah.
And you get all your rules in it. And we use literally the iPads with the official app on during our games here to find our rules because they're constantly up to date. We don't have to worry about fucking PDFs. We don't have to worry about if the app's been updated yet. And when the rules come out and they're out live, we get them on here straight away. So we've always said that it's the best experience. And then what they've done is they've added a load more stuff to it and made it better.
Well, we spent an entire edition saying, "Oh, they need to add this. They need to do this. If they change this, it would be really good. Let's do this, right?" And what they've done is all the things we said they should do, and people are like, "It's not good enough. It's not good enough. How dare they do the things that I exactly asked for? How bloody dare they?"
Oh my Lord, Joe.
Hang on.
Ross and Arrow's feeling...
Arrow.
he's feeling big dick today, mate. He's just thrown at us, sort of at you, but mostly at us, another 50 gifted memberships.
Oh, thank you, Ross and Arrow. I hope that every time you enter a room, it plays like your WWE entrance music.
What would your WWE entrance music be?
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one, isn't it? I know my answer to this one. Straight away.
Would it be as an existing wrestling song or just a song?
Anything, either. There's a super chat topic. What's your WWE entrance music? So when I was younger,
When you were a young boy.
when I was watching WWE because it's made for kids, kids
can't afford to go to wrestling.
There was an advert for, I think, Raw. It might have been SmackDown. I can't remember. There was an advert that they did for it. There was a song that used to play in the advert, and it was fucking metal as shit. And I was like, how is this not someone's fucking entrance music? And it was Drowning Pool, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. And the advert they had for their own show with that song in the background was fucking incredible.
I imagine it has been someone's entrance music at some point. But if I was going to pick a song, any song, it would be Cochise by Audio Slave.
Okay.
Great song. If I was going to pick a wrestler's song, it would have to be Edge's one.
You think
Man
you know
of
me?
Us, yeah. Although the other option would be fuck it, the Heartbreak Kid. What's his name?
Bret Hart.
Not Bret Hart.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
You impressed at my wrestling knowledge, Joe.
Yeah. Although Obi Fem's got a great one as well.
Okay,
He just goes. It's just like a
I don't know who that
like
is.
a tribal drum song.
I don't know who that is.
Music, right?
Never heard of him.
Massive. Right, he's huge. He's like the way he just walks down the thing. Yeah. It's great. I fucking love wrestling. We looked at going to see Raw or SmackDown in London.
Yeah.
It's just an evening show in the UK. Do you want to take a guess at how much a ticket was? For
Singular
a
ticket.
single ticket.
For an adult.
For an adult.
Where at? Wembley.
Somewhere in London.
For wrestling. £80.
£200.
Fucking hell.
For just your bog standard evening show.
Legit?
Yeah.
200 quid a ticket?
Yeah.
Fuck.
WrestleMania is like $2,000 for like a shit seat.
My God. That was more than I expected.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Because I would love to go.
I'd like to go because I grew up as a kid loving it, and I'd like to go just to say that I've been and seen it. But I don't want to put the dangly bits on his danglers. I think
But
I
like
do.
every time they put a post up, like WWE puts a post up on social media, the comments was like, reduce the price. But they don't need to reduce the price because people keep selling it out.
Yeah, right, exactly. Supply and demand. People learn about supply and demand.
Yeah.
They say you can shout reduce the price all you want, but if they're selling it out, they're going to be like, well, why?
Yeah. Because people
Why
are
would we
like,
just
oh,
make less
Armageddon's so expensive. But didn't, like, Element Games sold out.
Armageddon, I think, is good value, though.
Armageddon-
It's expensive, but I think it's good value.
Armageddon's insanely good value. Especially now we've discovered you don't even need to buy the cards.
Yeah. Armageddon's good value. I like Armageddon. Thank you, Triant, for becoming a Scar tier member. Thank you, Gamer Monk, for becoming a Scar tier member. Look at all these people choosing to become members today.
Yeah.
Fucking legends.
Big, thick members.
Thank you, Bertie Birdman, for becoming a Herseer tier member. Thank you, Necromaniac, for the $10. Excited for 11th. I feel my Norns can finally be good. 275 points for an assimilator with a 4++. I feel makes them viable now. Thinking of taking 3. Thoughts, Joe? Am I high on copium?
No. No. So, like, the assimilator list in Crusher Stampede is great. So if you take you take the Norn assimilators in the Norn Queen detachment in assimilation horde, whatever it's called, the detachment, and basically the Norn assimilators can have a 4-up invuln with a 5-up feel no pain on objectives, but they also get a 4-up feel no pain versus dev wounds, and they can heal themselves D3+1 every turn. But they can also do it twice with some of the abilities.
Pretty good.
And if you've got if you've got Norn emissaries on the table, the assimilators can heal them as well. And then for 1 CP for each one, they can change their ability for the either +15 OC or OC 15, the 5 feel no pain on objective, or the reroll hits and wounds versus a unit. It's really like it is a lot of points,
but
it doesn't die. Basically, if you took 6 emissary, let's have a look. Because I've got the thing open.
I promise I will never die.
Delete.
Someone said to me before, with regards to these Custodes legs, there's a million pieces, they're shit to build. I'm really fucking enjoying this. Really enjoying this.
The downside, though, is how would you put enhancements? Oh, because I haven't got the right detachment. Silly Billy. Edit roster. Boom.
Billy. Chat, you're amazing, by the way. Thank you so much. We are now on 130 members, which is insane. If you guys would like to continue to support it, though, please do, because it just takes the pressure off tonight a little bit. We're also over halfway to the super chat target. You're mental. You're amazing. I love you. Thank you so much. Me and Joe really fucking appreciate you. Don't we, Joe?
Yeah, why not? So, 3 Norn assimilators, 3 Norn emissaries. The assimilators having a 4-up invuln is 1,655 points.
So, is that...
That's a lot of points. So what I would probably do... If you go double of both Norns, double Norn emissary, double Norn assimilator, that's 1,090 points. But 16 times 4?
16 times 4?
Yeah.
Well, 180 minus 16, so 76. So 66?
66.
Yeah, why not?
12, no.
What the fuck?
No, it's 12. No, 64.
64.
It's 64.
That's right, that's what it said.
That's 64 toughness 11 wounds with a 2-up armor save, a 4-up invuln, a 5-up feel no pain, and a combined total of 60 OC in 4 models. You'll be like, these 4 objectives, they are mine now. They belong to me.
They belong to Joe.
And you've got basically 910 points to put in other stuff.
Is it a list? Is it good? Or...
I mean, I would probably go. You need a character in there. Let's go. I think the Swarm Lord is legit. He's come down in points now. And then a Neuro Tyrant to really buff that army rule. That's 1,415. And then you go, Horror Gods! Oh, okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm feeling it.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. The list crafting this is exactly why I wanted to do this stream topic.
Okay, so we are exactly 2,000 points, right? A Swarm Lord, that CP generation, it's very, very good. A Neuro Tyrant, who is also a toughness 8, 9 wound, 4 up invuln monster who can just sit on objectives with a flamer. Well, you can sit on your home. It's the best 130 points you ever spent, or 115 points. It just sits on your home objective and goes, try and take it from me. Right? 2 Tyrannid Primes with Lash Whips. 2 Norn Assimilators, 2 Norn Emissaries, and 60 Gaunts. So good luck getting to the Norns where there's a carpet of turds in the way, right? Who the Assimilators can heal. You can, if you want, probably go triple. Yeah, you can go triple Assimilator, 1 Norn Emissary. Also an option. That gives you a 3rd Harvester unit as well. That is a list.
Is it a list of all time, though?
I'm not saying it's the list of all time, but it's certainly a list that can be a real pain in the arse.
I'm into it. I love it.
Because you've got 60 Gaunts and 6 units of 10 that can just go out and screen and be in the way and steal objectives and stuff.
In short, Necromaniac, apparently it's not copium. They actually could be pretty good. Joe's clearly feeling it. But that him disappearing down that list rabbit hole is exactly what I was talking about, right? That's what I'm loving at the moment. Thank you, Evan, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Evan. I hope that you have an actual pig in the poke. I don't know what a pig in the poke is, but you have one now. Congratulations. You earned it.
This guy's drunk, and I don't know why.
Because he's been drinking the alcohol. Like that? Or like that? Like that? Or like that?
His fucking legs don't make sense, and I followed all the right instructions.
Like that? Or like that? Like that? All right. Yeah, I'm really enjoying building Tyrannid list at the moment. They have got 3 very good, like 1 DP detachments. I think the Warrior detachment is the least good of the 3, but you can buff the Warriors in that detachment. Like I think the buffs that you put on the Prime can then be put over to the like the Gaunt he's leading.
Something's not right here, Joe.
No? Thank you. Have you done Plague of Shadows?
We haven't done
That's the one we just done one. Thank you, Electman. He says, sell me on the 11th list building, Liam. I'm still disillusioned at the moment. If you think list building is interesting and have a wealth of meaningful choices, sell me on it. I want something to believe in, even if it's not my favourite setting.
It's good.
Good. You know, it's fun. Like, end of the day, if you don't like the setting, you don't like the setting.
List building is much more interesting now in 40k because you've got so many more things to think about. Because you literally get your list literally impacts what you want to be doing on the tabletop during your primaries. So you have access to multiple detachments now, and those detachments give you access to different dispositions, and you can take 2 detachments that give you access to the same disposition, or you can take 2 detachments that give you access to different dispositions, or you can take 3 detachments if they're all a single detachment point that will give you access to 3 different dispositions. And then when you go to an event, you can go, well, actually, this event I want to play Purge, or this event I want to play Reconnaissance, or this event I want to play Take and Hold. And then by having those options, you've got one list that can play in a multitude of different ways. It also means that I might have the same list as Joe pretty much, but we might choose 2 different dispositions, which means we then play the list very, very differently depending on what those dispositions are.
If you do mirror matches and you both pick different dispositions, then you end up like both not playing the same game ultimately.
Yeah, correct.
And like the problem the 10th edition has had is that every tournament kind of feels the same, in the sense that most one-day tournaments play the exact same 3 missions with the exact same 3 terrain layouts. So when you kind of run the same tournament lists over different events, you're just kind of going through the motions. Like every game, you play the same, deploy the same, like move your units the same every game. The only outcome is that maybe your opponent's got a higher or lower skill set, right?
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that changes. Whereas in the new edition, everyone could be playing the same armies they were playing before, but the dispositions change how the armies run, which then affects your mission layout or missions that you play, but also affects the terrain that you play on. So you could have, it's like there's 30 different terrain layouts?
I thought there was more, but yeah.
Okay, let's assume let's say it's 30. I think it's more, right? So over 100 tables, you know, only 3 people could be playing. Potentially there's a situation where like 3 people have the same terrain layout over like 90 tables. Because like that's how much. So in your line of tables, they could all be playing entirely different terrain layouts.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. And like,
and that all starts at list building.
and I think 10th edition, the entirety of 10th edition, I've been training myself for 11th unknowingly.
How so?
I'm lazy.
Yep.
I can't be bothered to learn the missions. Right? So I don't know the mission until I get to the table and my opponent tells me what we're playing.
It's literally what's going to happen now.
Yeah. And whereas most people I get to the table, sometimes I wait for the pairings to go up and then I kind of just vibe somewhere for a minute and I let my opponent set the table up. So then when I get to the table, they're like, we're doing this mission, that's your deployment, blah, 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 blah. Here's all the information. I'm like, thank you.
Cheers.
Then we just play the game, right? Because they're clearly more clued in than me. And then I play the game.
You fucking arsehole.
Right?
Yeah, that sounds very much like you.
Right. And then, but now, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
So I've been training myself unknowingly to kind of just deal with the mission in the moment. And I think, like, ultimately you can, when you write your list and stuff, you build your army to play a specific play style. So you know when you get to the table, that's what you're going to be doing, but you have to learn to adapt when you get there.
Yeah. And all that stuff, like you're saying, all that stuff, right, comes from list building. It comes from the first part, getting that list right, which gives you access to those dispositions, which will impact your maps, which will impact the way you're playing. I also love the fact that now you can put enhancements, upgrades on units that aren't necessarily characters. I love the fact that you now have to allocate characters to units. I think that's a huge positive. as a man who never really took a unit going, I could or I couldn't, I'll choose when I get there. I know some people did, but I prefer this new version. So I think there's so many positives to it, personally. I think list building is now exciting again. And I also think that, I said this already at the start of the show, but I also think that now some units, the second unit costs more, some units, the third unit costs more. I always like, who cares if it's good enough, you'll take it anyway. And I'm already finding that is impacting my list building.
Yeah.
So
yeah, sometimes you go, ooh, you know, like, how important is that 20 points to me?
yeah, exactly. That's a cool enhancement that I could take.
Yeah.
Or an upgrade I could take on a unit. Also, I think it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Because you might find that you're like 20 points up and you're like, oh, where can I get that 20 points out? Oh, I'll just take that unit out and just swap it in for something else.
Yeah. There is some nice little changes and tweaks with weapon options being, some of them being more or less expensive, and then there's obviously the upgrades makes a big difference. So I can take my flawless blades and Joe can take his flawless blades and we can fight each other on the same table. And I might have taken the plus 2 inch movement and he might have taken no snapshots. In fact, he might have taken no upgrade at all because he didn't have the points for it.
Yeah.
So now we're using the same units that have actually got different rules. I
But they also like, one of the biggest things I always hated about 10th edition was that when you do your army list writing, the amount of times you end up with like 10, 15 points left over and nowhere to spend it. Whereas now, you could just, like, because of how the detachments work and how enhancements work, you can just pop an enhancement on a unit. You know?
I love it.
Because you've got more options.
I followed these leg instructions exactly as it told me to.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to be quite right.
Oh. Why? What's wrong with it?
That's supposed to be like a bent foot that's flat on the floor.
Yeah.
It's not. It's on his tippy toes.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think I've managed to wrestle the leg. So what I've had to do is I've had to break the joins and wrestle the legs into a position where I'm happy with the dynamic pose. It's fine. That's okay. Not ideal, but you know. We move.
Right. Now on to the exciting bit of the tank. The tediously putting on all of the grav plates. Joy. But no, I'm super excited. And like playing around with different stuff. Also, what I'm enjoying is that because now you have access to 2 detachments that you'd never touched before have a place as well.
I agree.
So I watch and follow Art of War, and since Librarius Conclave came out in 10th edition, someone like John Lennon, who's like a high-level, super competitive player, was like, I'm never going to touch Librarius Conclave, and if you think I am going to assume I'm on drugs. And now, every time he writes a Ultramarines list, he always puts Librarius Conclave in, all the time, because of the enhancements and the abilities and what it gives you access to. It's great, like I've had people go, who are Blood Angels players who are like, I could take the new Death Company detachment and Stormlance now. So all my Death Company have advance and charge.
Yeah. And I get some actual useful, because things like Stormlance were a problem with, like, okay, I don't have access to strats that are useful, but the detachment rule's cool. Do I care about strats? And now you go, well, just soup in this other 1 CP when you've suddenly got strats that are useful.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
I think like the combinations you can build and put in there are really, really good.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped for it. Hyped for it.
Yeah, and some armies have got like 1 or 2 good 1 DP detachments, and some armies have got like 3 quite good mix and matchy ones, like Dark Angels. Like there's loads of people that are just going like, I'm just going to take 3 1 DP detachment ones, and that's it. I'm going to live my best life.
Like Westlife.
Yeah, I think this has a very strong chance of being the best edition ever.
Strong.
And I will happily die on that hill, I think. Yeah, I think obviously once the community starts playing more games and we play more games of it, now we've got the points, we have a better idea. And I did say the other day that, like, because people were like, the sky is falling over the points. I was like, if you had a general good all-rounder army, realistically, your army should stay the same. But if you've got a heavily skewed meta-chasing army, your army is definitely going up, kind of thing.
I think most people realise as well that actually their list didn't change all that much.
No.
Maybe you lost or gained a unit here or there.
My Tyranids armies went up about 30 points. And that was it. And 20 of those points came from the double Warrior Prime. He went up 10 points, and I said that was probably going to happen anyway.
So reasonable.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, he went up 10 points because he's worth that. He's worth 75 points. And I'm still going to take 2.
We haven't touched on the most important points change of the whole edition, though.
The fact that the second Hierophant is more expensive.
Yeah, because all those people
doubling up Hierophants.
No, not that one, Jay.
Yeah.
The fact that Lord Marshal Dreer
Oh, he finally went down.
has gone down in points.
He went down 25 points.
Yeah, he's actually all right now for his points.
75 points for Field Marshal Dreer is nothing to sniff at.
Yeah, that's all right. 100
Yeah.
points was mental, but 75 is reasonable.
Yeah.
It does, however, mean we have lost our yardstick. We need a new yardstick now.
We do.
So,
I'll find one that's like obnoxiously pointed.
Yeah.
But I think
Joe
this,
also got excited that Warhound Titans went down 900 points, but actually they had never gone down 900 points. They were always 1,100 points.
I think in 9th edition they were 2,000 points. Now they're 1,100. I wrote a list which was, because we've got the Chaos Warhound. I need to basically, like the Phoenix from the Flames. You know, I will rebuild it and do it up. Like a Warhound and 6 War Dogs is like 2,000 points.
That's it.
Yeah.
You excited for that now?
I'm kind of excited for that as an army list idea, because then in the ITC I could join the Legions Titanicus list, you know.
Yeah.
Also, the Stomper at 600 points is mad good. It's quite funny.
Stomper at 6. Oh, yeah, because it went down
Yeah.
considerable as well, didn't it? The Stomper did. Okay, cool. Thank you, Gareth, for the $20. Lord Exultant with Howling Plate, Frenzied Host Attachment, gives ranged in unit extra -1 AP. Advance also +1 strength to all attacks. So leading Tormentors 10 man, that's 5 strength 5, AP1 bolt guns, 2 strength 10, AP5 melter guns, 3 plasmas at strength 8, AP3. That's not terrible, is it?
The only downside is
Tormentors.
it's on this kind of Tormentors, and B, they don't ignore cover.
Oh, they're not. No, they have precision though, right?
They have precision. But there is a world where that unit could catch a lot of people out, you know. And don't let me dissuade you of that.
That extra AP is also so good now because obviously cover no longer giving.
They also have lethals from the Lord as well.
Me lord. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I like Tormentors, but like all of my Emperor's Children lists that I've been theory crafting have a single unit of Tormentors on it, just because sticky objectives.
I always had 2 because they infiltrate as well.
I just prefer Infractors because they.
I had 2 and 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So one for hire, one for infiltrate.
I have got Jojo. I've got 2 Lord Exaltants, 2 Lord Cacophonus, Lucius, 5 Infractors, 5 Tormentors, 2 Rhinos, 6 Flawless Blades, 6 Flawless Blades, 3 Flawless Blades, 6 Noid Marines, 6 Noid Marines, and of course, Fulgrim. I could be persuaded to drop Fulgrim.
I would bin Fulgrim in a heartbeat.
I could be persuaded to bin Fulgrim.
I just take Flying Demon Princes. They're just better.
I don't want to do that. Sounds like misery.
They're just infinitely better.
Sounds like misery. I don't want to do that.
It depends on if you want to do well or not.
I do, yeah.
I think the problem with Fulgrim, right, is you want to run him because he's the Primarch and he's supposed to be really, really cool. And I think the double-edged sword of Fulgrim is that 1 in 10 games he might do something cool, and the rest of the time it's just crippling disappointment. You know, and I think, and that's the problem with Fulgrim, is just the mental anguish that comes along with trying to make him good, trying to make him worthwhile. You know, just always disappointed by your unruly child.
You're so horrible about my boy Fulgrim.
I think, but it comes from personal experience of wanting him to be good, being super excited about the army release, painting an entire army, putting him on the table, and then he's shit.
Yeah.
I was so hyped for all that, and I was like, oh, he's just awful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hilarious to me that almost every Emperor's Children list can be improved by removing Fulgrim. I'm gonna bang the fucking Fulgrim drum, right? I'm gonna keep taking him to events just to prove Joe wrong. And the likelihood is, at the end of 11th edition, I probably won't have proved him wrong. Thank you, the Springies, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, the Springies. I hope that you become super into like birds and like feeding birds in your garden, and then one day one comes into your house and you become best friends forever.
Cool. Okay. Thank you, Connor Ed, for the $2. He said Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song. I don't know that song. In fact, I probably do know that song. I just don't know what it's called. Thank you, Tankley for $5. Loving the new app. List building is fun again. My only niggle is that I would like to have more disposition and mission info available within a list. Yeah, I get it. But it's I guess it's about how much information do you need in that one place.
So when I build lists, right? So when I build army lists, let's go to the app. There's this fun little bar at the top right, which has Battle Force, and then you have reference, right? And when you go to the reference page, so I'm looking at Tyranids at the moment, you click on Tyranids and I go to Army Rules and blah, blah, right? It's there. And I can literally, you can click between Battle Force and reference and still have all the information there.
Yeah, but he's on about for dispositions and primary missions, whilst he's list building to know which ones he's getting access to. Which I kind of get.
Is that not in...
At least I think that's what he's getting at. I might also be well off the mark.
Hang on. So in reference, there's a chapter approved, which gives you, where is it? Which gives you all the stuff, but I think it does give you the dispositions, because I know if you go to Event Companion, you can go into there, and it actually gives you all the deployments. Come back. Oh, it's gone away now. It gives you all the deployments for every disposition. I don't know if their disposition, if they are in there. Fixed missions, determine attacker, defender. I know if you're in Battle Force and you go edit roster and you click on, it gives you a list of dispositions that on the drop down it does give you what disposition it is as well. But I don't know where to find the actual missions. That's the only one I have yet to find. I know they're in there. They're in this device, right? The information exists within this app. I just haven't found how to get there. So I know how to get the deployments and tell you what dispositions that you have access to, but not the missions. It's
I'm living my best life right now, Joe.
Yeah. I suppose you could just create a fake mission, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I haven't tried.
You could create a mission in battle setup.
I haven't tried. You probably can. 50. I haven't tried to create a fake mission yet to see if I get access to my opponent's rules without actually connecting with them.
could try and figure that out at some point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's in there somewhere, but I can't tell you where.
Which I guess kind of proves Tank's point slightly.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit difficult to find it.
I think when you're in the command bunker, it would be nice if they put that information in there.
Yeah.
But the command bunker's there for when you're playing your game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Or they just put in the reference section. They put it in like the cool rules section. Muster armies. Fill your roster. Yeah. Or it should realistically, it should be in chapter approved because dispositions are part of chapter approved. Appendix.
Putting this together is actually quite satisfying. I'm going to be honest. Enjoying myself right now. That's why I'm quietly building away, chat. I'm actually quite enjoying this. 51. You still looking?
Determine mission.
Yeah, that's a yes. Sprugly, I'll get onto your super chat in just a second.
Yeah, I think currently it's under the assumption that you also have the cards already.
Yeah.
It's like we have all the information here, but I think it's basically the thing that they've designed is under the assumption that you have access to the cards.
Maybe it's a last-ditch attempt to make sure you still have to buy them.
Yeah.
You know? Thank you anyway, Tank. Thank you so much, Sprugly, for the $10. Entry song, Face Fisted by Deathlock. If Games Workshop do digicodes, they'll likely only be £5-10 cheaper than a codex, and we could get £35 books this edition. Maybe they should just put code in the data cards. Code in the data cards isn't a bad shout.
Yeah, but you still have to wait for them to arrive. Right? And the reason I'd want a digital version.
Oh, I know what you're about to say, yeah.
Is that if at 10 o'clock at night I'm sat in bed and I'm list crafting, you know, I can't pop to a shop. But I'm like, ooh. But if I could be like, cool, I'll just spend 20 quid now. I have the rules now. There we go. Now I can actually write the list with all the information I'll need. And that is why you want the digital codes. So you can get that information instantaneously.
What he's saying, chat, is it's less about value for Joe, it's more about convenience.
I don't think that's what it is really. At the end of the day, it's just about convenience.
Oh, I'm not criticising it, Joe. I'm just saying that for you personally, it's more about the convenience than the value.
Yeah. But I think £30 for the book is value if it comes with the codes. If it gives you access to both, right? The physical and the digital, which is wonderful, and it gives you all the rules you need. And I do think it's important that we do pay for rules because they will then continue to put effort into the rules. If rules are free, they wouldn't try hard because.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, only because ultimately what they care about is selling models. And so trying hard to keep moving the meta or keeping the balance normally means you sell more models.
Yeah, but the cost of the books and the rules itself helps offset the cost of having to pay for a team who are constantly balancing rules
I'd imagine
year round.
I imagine they make too much money on the books to stop doing them.
Yeah. But I'm... if the rules came out for free, I'd be like, yeah, cool, great, that's wonderful. But as it stands, I'm perfectly happy paying for them as well. But I'd also pay for the convenience of just having the rules whenever I needed it.
I tell you what, the improvements that I think they've made with 11th edition from where we were in 10th, I'm happy to pay for rules.
Yeah, there's so many times when I've gone, I'd love to see I want to find out a bit more about this. And then And then I click on it and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have the rules. And sometimes I think, I thought I had the rules for that and I don't, you know? And then I'd be like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to go and use one of those janky, those janky websites from another country that is going to give my phone the digital equivalent of herpes, right? So I guess I just won't have those rules, you know. And then inevitably I end up having to Google to see if someone's photographed it, you know. Whereas if I could go, cool, 15, 20 quid, bam, done.
How much is too much? How much is too much?
I think
For digital rules, how much is too much?
I think if it's the cost of the physical book itself, it's too much. I'd say 2/3, anything over 2/3 of the cost of the physical book itself.
Okay, interesting.
Because it's like any convenience shop, right? If you go to your local Spar or your local Tesco Express, a can of drink is normally 1/3 more expensive than if you bought it from big Tesco's,
Okay.
right? Yeah, that's where I go.
Because I think a lot of people, the reason why I asked you that question is I think a lot of people would ask for digital codes and expect them to be like a £5.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just not going to ever happen with Games Workshop.
No, I think there has to be a distinct level of realism, right, and common sense. I know that's hard for some people.
Common sense is just not that common, Joe.
No, I don't want you running around in the streets wailing, but as in screaming, not hunting for whales. But
You can do that in parts of Southampton.
yeah, I think you have like a certain degree of common sense going, oh, they are a business, they still want to make money, you know.
Yeah.
And realistically, we all know that them sharing a code, which is just a copy paste of a digital file, is 100% profit. But you know, business got to make business. So they'll go, you have to pay 10 quid, 20 quid.
Again, I think with the way the game's going at the moment, I'm kind of more inclined to be okay with it because
Yeah.
I think it's improving.
And
it's
if they're
getting better.
constantly improving the app and constantly doing loads of work on it and updating it and giving you chapter approved for free through the app as it is now.
Yeah, I think I think it becomes a lot more palatable at that point. And you have to remember that years ago you'd buy a codex, and then that'd be it. That's all you got for the next fucking 6 years.
There was a period of time that your FAQ was just just pictures on Facebook, you know, and that was it. It wasn't even on the Games Workshop website. So we live in an unprecedented time of help and updates.
Yeah.
Oh, itchy leg.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know what I think good value for a code is. I think 15 to 20 quid I'd probably be okay with. I think 15 I'd definitely be okay with. 20 quid I'd probably be okay with. I'm not sure.
I think 20 quid for the code becomes a moral or internal debate of how much do I want this?
Yeah.
Right? Some people are obviously in the financial position that they just buy it and not really care. You know, and they've worked hard to get there, so I won't besmirch them. But
You want to.
I want to. No, I think you go 20 quid, how much do I want this code? Can I buy it from a third-party retailer? Am I happy to wait, you know? Whereas I think 15 quid, I'm like, yeah, I'll just buy it. It's the difference of a £5, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I stand on that one.
Cool. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know. Let us know. Thank you, Leaks Veeks, for the $5. Joe's entrance music should be No Limit by 2 Unlimited, but lyrics changed to Jojo, Jojo, Jojo. Jojo, 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 there's Joe Limit.
But that would that would infer that there is a limit. And the limit is me. I don't want to be limited. You know, don't want to limit myself.
Thank you, you wonderful human, for that. Thank you, Edward, for the $10. I won't use the app because if I don't have all the codexes, I can't build a list or see the rules. I only have Space Wolves. I can't even see what the other detachments do, let alone pick them for my army. Reasonable, but I also understand why they would, you know, choose to keep those rules behind the codexes.
Yeah, but as a Space Wolf player, you do have access to other Space Marine units. So it kind of feels like you kind of have to be in a position to buy the Space Marine book at the same time because they share it, which I do think is a bit lame because like Eldar don't have to buy 2 codexes, right?
No.
But then they have access to less things, ultimately. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard one to do.
It's a hard knock life.
Yeah. I think at the moment it's easier to not buy like the Space Marine Codex if you're a Space Wolf player because let's be honest, the new Space Marine Codex is around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, whereas the new Necron Codex, you've got no idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I get it, Edward, I do. I'm in a lucky position that for most of 10th edition, they sent us all the codexes, so I've got all the codes. So I think sometimes I forget that we have access to all of them all the time, so the app feels like a really good experience for us, because I can just go in there and look at something, and I obviously pay the subscription. So for me, the app is a fucking fantastic.
But that's like,
but I guess for people that don't have all the rules and all the codexes, it's somewhat more restricting.
But like my phone, I don't have access to everything, so it's only the codexes that I bought.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And I play multiple armies, and I've not really found a problem. And often, like, what does happen sometimes is like when there's a box set that comes out and someone buys a box set that's got codexes in it, you often find that people are selling the codexes like secondhand super cheap. So you just buy those. You know, and sometimes you go, can I just have the code and then put the book in the recycling kind of thing. But sometimes I'm like, I want the book as well, but can you just send me the code now?
I've had people that have messaged and been like, can I buy the such and such code from the shop? And then I don't care about the book, but I just want you to send me the code. Like, yeah, we can do that if you want. Because they just don't want the fucking book, they just want the code.
Yeah.
So, who's looking like the strongest chap at the moment? That's tough. Space Wolves look decent with toughness 6 Wolfguard, I think. Blood Angels, strictly speaking, I think have the tools to play 11th edition the best. Fast moving melee with fly. They do struggle with everything being damage 2 in their list, though, I guess.
I think it's probably somewhere between Ultramarines. I think Ultramarines are still good. Ultramarines are still amazing.
Ultramarines will never not be at least good because they're the poster boys.
Well, they have access to the best characters, right? And the best utility units.
I think they're going to, because like I said, they're the poster boys, right?
Yeah.
They're the ones that they get the kids hooked in early.
I think Blood Angels are much better. Yeah. Someone being Blood Angels and Ultramarines, I think.
In my opinion. Thank you, Necro Goblin, for the 50 Danish kroner. My birthday today, and the new edition starter box arrived early today, looking at the new rules. Amazing. Happy birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to Necro Goblin.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, you legend. And now, Joe will sing you a beautiful birthday song.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, CJ, for $5. How does my 500-point list sound? Lord Exultant, 10 Tormentors, 10 Infractors, and 3 Flawless Blades. No idea on detachments. Hope everyone's keeping well. I mean, it's Emperor's Children, so I love it, but units of 10 at 500 points seems like a mistake.
I'd go 5 Tormentors, 5 Infractors. Or 2 units of 5 of the fighty ones with 2 Lords, and then 1 unit of the infiltrating ones. 500 points is a hard one to do, really.
Do people actually, I don't mean this awfully, but do people actually play 500 points?
CJ does. I'm
Like,
assuming
commonly, though.
I'm assuming one other person.
Yeah, so he's got an opponent, of course, Joe. But,
Yeah.
I mean, commonly, you fucking ass. Keep me real, you don't you?
I think there's like lunchtime leagues as well, which makes 500 points make sense. But also 500 points is also at the start of a like a Tale of Four Gamers kind of esque thing as well.
Yeah, true. I just never really see anyone play anything that isn't 2K, unless they're building a 1,000-point list for doubles.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I always get interested to hear what other people are doing, because it gives me ideas and options for hobby house events as well.
I think 500 point list is probably for your week, like a weekday league kind of thing, or it's like a slow grow campaign.
Where the fuck did that go? Oh, it's down there.
So like month 1 you do 500 points, month 2 you do 1,000, month 3 you do 1,500, month 4 do 2K.
2K.
And then month 5 maybe you do like an apocalypse game of like 2,500 points per person. Which is cool. It's easy to do. And also, it means that it encourages people to start new armies and spend money in the shop. That's what you do.
This is quite satisfying, this. I'm going to be honest.
That's what I do anyway. Especially, I think it helps if you've got like campaign books as well, like the 500 Worlds and Maelstrom and stuff. 64, 61. I've nearly done all the stupid fucking grav plates. That is the worst.
Horrible.
That is the worst part of Space Marine tanks.
The craft plates.
Yeah.
It sounds cool. I'd go 5 Tormentors, or 2 units of 5 Tormentors, 2 units of 5 Infractors, and then 3 Flawless Blades and the Lord, if that's 500 points. That's what I would do. But that's, I don't know. Just because I feel like you get more out of it then. MS Hughes, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you. I hope that you this summer, when it's really, really hot, you go to one of those water parks and it's just empty. Just no one's turned up. Just have free reign of a water park all to yourself.
Do you often frequent water parks, Joe?
No, never.
No?
It's full of children. It's just full of other people. They're always busy, you know. Although no, I tell a lie. Because I'm poor. My holidays in the summer is I house sit for my mum, and then my mate gets me onto Butlins for the day, and we go to the water park at Butlins.
I don't think I've ever been to a Butlins.
It's all right, I think. Butlins. I worked there for a couple of years.
Did you?
Um,
Sometimes I wonder if there's any way you didn't work.
Your mum's.
Reasonable.
Yeah, Butlins is all right for just a family holiday, as long as you're happy to spend loads and loads of money.
Oh, okay, that's me out.
I think Butlins in Minehead is better than Scagness. Because it's in Scagness and it sounds gross. Anything that starts with Scag, you know, puts me off.
There you go, Mr. The Dreadnought Man. Look, he's almost there. Got to put his head on his little roof on, and then we can do the arms. Thank you. 3 nickels for $10. I've been toying around with a Dark Angels Company of Hunter detachment. Bikes are so cheap, but I still don't know if they're worth it. Company of Hunters with Dark Age seems really compelling. Thoughts? Right,
Yeah.
well, I need to look at some rules.
Yeah, bikes are real cheap now. Outriders are like insanely cheap at the moment. Is this basically similar to what I talked about the other day?
So we've got a Company of Heroes with Dark Age. So Dark Age Arsenal. Astartes units weapon profiles with plasma in the names.
Get +1 strength.
Get +1 strength. Yeah. Yeah, so that's +1 strength on plasma weapons. And then you've got Company of Hunters.
Which gives you, I think, advance and shoot and ignore cover.
Outriders become battle line. They're eligible to shoot in a turn in which you fall back. Eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which you advance and fall back. It's decent.
See, I think you go the 1DP ones.
You get priority assets as an option, and you get disruption as an option. I mean, I like it.
I don't think you need it.
Outriders, how cheap are Outriders now?
Well, they're insanely cheap.
Dark Angels. Dark Angels. Data sheets. Are they going to be in here? Outriders. Will they be in the Space Marine book? Space Marine book. Codex Space Marines. Data sheets. Outriders. This is what we'll do for you, chat. If you spend money, we'll go looking. Outrider squads. Points values. Oh, they go up if they're in Blood Angels. Otherwise, they're 70 points for 3 bikes. That's cheap, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cheap. When you think that they're 3-up save with 4 wounds each at toughness 5, that's quite cheap. I think they're good. I think they're decent. I'm a big fan, and I like Black Knights.
I think you probably want to go more Black Knights in.
Black Knights in that list in general are fucking terrifying. Full back shoot, advance and charge with plasma weapons with +1 strength. It's decent. I'm into it. I'm really into it. Right, stick his little head in.
What I would consider putting in that list though is
Blood Angels?
yeah, into the Dark Angels army. No, is it? Where is it? Come here. Boop. The Storm Speeder hammer strikes. Because the moment they've shot a unit, you turn off cover on that unit.
These are fucking cool as shit, by the way, chat.
So like having a hammer strike shoot at a unit, like maybe like put 2 in there.
I don't want to buy any Raven Wing things until the refresh. I get that. Unless you're happy to do conversions, I do understand.
I mean, if you're not buying Raven Wing stuff, I would probably just go. I'd probably go down the Storm Speeder route because the Storm Speeders are going to be good, and then you take because you want the plasma versions. Yeah, because if you haven't, I think if you're not taking Black Knights, I don't see the point in taking the plasma detachment.
Okay.
Unless you're taking loads of Hellblasters. Because if you're not taking loads of Hellblasters and no Black Knights, there's no real point in taking the plasma detachment.
They are cheap. Black Knights are 75 points, so cheap as well. Yeah, they are fucking cheap. I wonder if we'll see less MSU with the new spam tax. Why take 3x3 Eradicators Aggressors when you can take 1x3 or 1x6 to avoid the tax? You lose a little bit of versatility, but yeah. I think that's kind of the point as well. I think You can also take two times 6, Kevin, and still avoid the tax.
Yeah, just take big units.
So yeah, I get it. I think you're probably not wrong, to be fair. Thank you, Bruce, for $10. Happy with the England performance last night, Liam. Tragic that Croatia collapsed. Also, Scots and Boston news. And off licence, 20 Scottish customers booed a Yank buying water. Amazing.
I heard about that on the news.
I watched it. It was all right. The second half was better, obviously. Going forward, we looked okay, but our defence in the first half was something to be fucking concerned about, right? It was leakier than a fucking colander, that defence. It wasn't good.
Didn't they concede? How many goals did they concede?
2. They did score 4 though, and ultimately, if we did that all tournament, if we conceded 2 and scored double, then we're fine, aren't we?
But we don't have a great track record.
We don't have a great track record, and I think we rely far too much on fucking Harry Kane. So it was okay. I didn't think it was too bad. I'll be doing a football show at 8 o'clock in the evening on Sunday with my brother on my football podcast channel, and we'll be talking about the England game then. So yeah, you know, I've heard lots of things about the Tartan Army over in America as well. Which
I think it doesn't matter who wins the World Cup. I think the Scots have already won. You know,
always
doesn't matter who wins. The Scottish won.
No Scotland, no pie.
Yeah.
Although I was instantly annoyed this morning on the news when they started playing "Fucking Football's Coming Home" as a song. It really irritated me. My brother messaged me and said, "How far through the tournament before you're prepared to say it's coming home?" And I was like, "After England win the final. If England win the final, I'll say it's coming home."
Yeah.
And it is. If they don't win the final, I'm not fucking saying it. Nonsense.
It's been 60 years
Yeah.
to the year
Yeah. Since they won.
since they've won.
1966, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been exactly 60 years, right?
Yeah. So they brought that song out 30 years on,
Yeah.
because it's 30 years of her in the song, right? 30 years on, they brought that fucking song out, and 30 years later, they're still fucking playing that song,
Yeah.
despite the fact that no trophy has gone home yet.
I think it's because it's been the only good football song that has ever come out of this country.
Are you forgetting Vindaloo?
I am forgetting it, but it's also not a good song.
Thank you, Dr. Turner Jr. for the $10. Just a note to say, Liam, you're 90% responsible for my Warhammer love. January 2020, stumbled into Warhammer and have been hooked ever since. Wish I had more money to give you. I'll keep being awesome. You're amazing. Thank you for the $10. I do not apologise. What a great hobby. What a great fucking hobby it is. I'm glad you're here hanging out, White Legend. 2020 though, 6 years of us. Ugh, you poor bastard. Nick, thank you for the $5. Been out for a meeting, so I don't know if you've discussed. My white whale is that if you do annual Warhammer Plus subscriptions, you get Codex access across the board. Reasonable. I think they put up the annual fee then, if that's the case though. I'd do that. I'd pay it though. I'd pay a higher monthly fee if I got access to all the books. I think.
Yeah.
So
I think that'd be worthwhile.
yeah.
Um,
I'm not into football, but even I like Vindaloo. And then thank you, Gareth Thomas, for the $2. Any AOS plans? Not currently, no.
I mean, I love Age of Sigmar.
Joe's still mad for Age of Sigmar. I became quite Age of Sigmar curious again over the course of the 3 to 6 months leading up to now. And what GW have done with 11th edition, they've hooked me right back into 40k. So I don't have any plans to build or play any kind of Age of Sigmar anytime soon. It doesn't ever do very well on the channel either, and I have to be very aware of the channel's algorithm and what's happening with it, and it's not been great lately. Today's been good. You lot have been amazing today, actually. So thank you so much, but it's not been great lately, so I need to do things that don't murder the fucking algorithm further, ultimately. So that's where we're at the moment. Also, the person who used to come and run the deck isn't involved anymore, so, you know, that causes a problem when it's just me and Joe. Also, Monday nights became my only night off. So I didn't really want to do AOS streams during my only night off, if I'm honest. So
Yeah, and to do it another night of the week, I guess you'd have to give up a sit and talk, right?
yeah, and I'd have to get you in another night of the week as well.
Which I don't mind so much because I like Age of Sigmar. Like, if I get to play Age of Sigmar, that's a win because I love Age of Sigmar. Like I picked up loads of Stormcast from the new Spearhead magazine. because I want to do an all-flying Stormcast army. I also want to get all the new Cities of Sigmar stuff because I love them. But unfortunately, I can only paint one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And I was like, we kind of need to get the launch of 11th edition out of the way.
Correct.
Before I can even consider looking at Sigmar. I do find it harsh on Sigmar that they're releasing the General's Handbook like a week after the new edition drops. It's kind of like who's gonna like? I know people are going to be interested in it, but
any plans for AOS at Hobby House? Yeah, Jay wants to run a Hobby House at AOS events.
Yeah, so
that's definitely a potential.
Yeah, I want to run events downstairs. So, and I do want to run Age of Sigmar events. So that will happen eventually.
Cool.
I need to get
Perfect. Anyway, that's 2 hours into the show, Jay. How far did you get? You're quite far.
Yeah, I've got to put on the 2 exhausts. Come on. Don't be a dweeb. I'll put on the 2 exhausts, the top and the heavy bolter, and then I've got to do the turret. But yeah, it's mostly done. I could probably get it finished today.
I'm going to glue this dweeb to his base. And then I'm going to say goodbye to the chat.
Yeah, what I need to do is I've got a list written for my ultras that I've like my 2,000 points is my target.
He is on his base. Right. You've been amazing. It's been 2 hours. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight on the Liam and Joe show. Without Rossonero, we'd have done shit on members. So thank you, Rossonero, for 100 gifted in the show. We finished on 135. You absolute hero. Thank you so much, man. What a legend. Yeah. Thank you to everybody who super chatted as well. We've smashed all 3 targets today, which is insane. It's not normal for the Liam and Joe show. We appreciate you. There is a live game of Warhammer 40k this evening. It's Tom and I think I'm bringing Eldar and something that's not Purge. I don't know what Tom's running yet. So you get to hang out with us this evening. You get to annoy Joe on the deck and write super chats of really complicated words that you can't pronounce. And then tomorrow night there's no show because I've got something on. So we'll probably be back maybe Monday with some Vag, potentially !Vag in chat if you want to come hang out on that channel for a while. Because I'm getting excited about DMZ returning to Modern Warfare 4 for Call of Duty. If you care about video games, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you don't. And then we'll be back again with the Liam and Joe show on Tuesday as we carry on our super excited life with 11th edition Warhammer 40k. I think that's everything, Jay. Anything you want to say?
No.
Cool. Yeah. You lot are amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Hey?
Go get lunch in a minute.
Yeah, I'm hungry actually now. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. If you have, make sure you smash that like button before you disappear. Hopefully we'll see you tonight for that live game of Warhammer 40k 11th edition. If not, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, have a time.